What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Now, I don't want you to take this video the wrong way at all and just jump into it with a negative attitude like, hey, what are you complaining about now? Right? Um, I wanted to talk about this because I feel like we are really getting off track when it comes to Terra Luna Classic. Terra Luna Classic is a position that I loved from the start of when things collapsed and I saw the community really coming together. That looked like they were going to save it. It looked like a community that was really in it for one goal, and that was to decrease the supply of Terra Luna Classic to get USTC back to its peg state, or UST at the time, and see Terra Luna Classic, or Terra Luna at that time, pump that back up to the price that it was supposed to be at. Yeah, understand that you were doing something wrong, but in theory, we were looking to save the project. Well, that is not what it kind of is right now. While we still have a lot of people that are looking to save the project, we have um, some others that maybe want to be more or less the hero. As I think DJ Trev put it in my live stream. Everybody wants to be the hero. Everybody wants to have that proposal that's going to change the entire thing, and everybody thinks that they're doing something wrong right now, so we need to change something right here. And they're trying to preach and tell us that this is the wrong way and that's the right way, and this is the wrong way and that's the right way, and it's just too much, right? As you know, I see a lot of people that are, maybe pulling out of their position because they're like, I don't know what this is anymore. It's not what you invested in the beginning. It's completely different. There's new proposals that are coming out because people can change anything that they want to. And it honestly is very, very stressful, very tiring. It's something that I don't like to see. And honestly, I still believe in Terra Luna Classic to higher figures without any burn. So I know that things will succeed. I know we will see certain prices, but it, like, it just doesn't make sense to me where or why people's minds are going to these places. So I'll explain exactly what I'm talking about here. I don't want to make it to where I'm complaining a lot, because again, I do care about this project a lot. So hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are down below in the description. But I appreciate you guys for being here and liking away and doing everything that you can to support the channel. I appreciate you guys for being here. Um, but let's talk about this Terra Luna Classic situation. Now, like I said, there are various paths that we're willing to take in order to make things better for this project. The idea from the beginning was to decrease the supply. The best way that we came up with decreasing the supply and the best impact that we've had was with the transactional burns. We had a 1.2% tax on every buy and sell that was going through on chain, looking to push it to off chain. Once it got denied off chain wise, it was a lot of people ended up saying, you know what, maybe we should decrease the burn. If we decrease the burn tax, then maybe these exchanges will go ahead and do that. Well, we decreased the burn tax. The exchanges didn't do that either because we didn't apply any pressure. And also, the exchange that we thought would just implement the burn overall didn't do that as well, which was Binance. So a lot of people got discouraged and they were like, hey, you know what? It looks like volume is decreasing since we've implemented the burn and all of this. Just to give you a breakdown on what happened with the volume as the burn was implemented. So staking wasn't a thing for a while, right? And then staking reopened. When staking reopened, you saw a ton of activity that was happening on chain versus off chain. When it got to a point where staking was around, I think, 10 or 15% or something like that, a higher percentage, you saw it start to slow down. And that was when the 1.2% tax was implemented. The 1.2% tax looked like it decreased the volume, but it didn't. It just hit at the moment where volume was a lot lower because we're not seeing a ton of reasons to buy and sell and move on chain besides the staking portion of it. So everybody was like, no, the burn tax decreased everything. and we're not seeing any volume because of it. So let's go ahead and drop it down to 0.2%. They drop it down to 0.2%. What happens? It continues to drop down. Like the volume continues to drop down. It doesn't increase. And the reason being is not because it's the tax that people are upset with. It's just the way that volume has been flowing on chain. If we had things that were flowing off chain, yes, we would see a massive tax that's happening there, off chain and on chain. But there's no reason to make any moves on chain. So then people were like, oh, well, that makes sense. Let's build utility. So then they build utility, or what they thought would be utility, everywhere. And we didn't see that last long, right? You see NFTs, you see gaming, you see all the metaverse, you see the different things that are trying to be created and reasons for you to buy and sell and do everything on chain. But whatever was there didn't stay that strong, and it dwindled down. So it was definitely an issue. Sorry, there's a fly here. It was definitely an issue to where people didn't understand what was creating the volume and what wasn't. And when in reality, it's just not, we're not going to see that much volume that's happening on chain. So we needed to go to places that were off chain. Anyways, what am I talking about? What am I all leading up to? Because I'm summarizing something. What am I all leading up to here? Well, I came across a tweet that was from LUNC Rocket, or LUNC Rocket, however you want to pronounce it, and basically says that I know that I won't like it because it's talking about burns, but basically it says to change the burn tax to zero, bring back volume, let the whales trade. LUNC value can increase even without the burns. The hype is also gone. We will burn the majority of supply with the repeg anyways. This is not the mindset that we want to have, right? Because the burns are not, or sorry, the volume is not low because of the burn tax, because of a 0.5% burn tax at where it's at right now. The volume is low because not a ton of things are going to happen on chain. No matter what you build right now, it's not going to have enough of an impact to burn enough. Most of the volume, if not all the volume, is over on the CEX side. So whether we see millions or hundreds of millions or $1 billion that happens on the CEX side, no matter what the tax is over here, we're never going to see that volume. We're never going to see that happen on the CEX side and burn off a hell of a lot unless we communicate to CEXs. So that tax needs to be in place, but we also need to communicate this to CEXs to say what the plan is, because they want the project to survive as well. They put money into it. They hold, the value of that, and they want it to succeed. So they want to know how they're going to benefit from it. So this is sort of the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Not I've ever seen, but it's the dumbest thing that you could have for Terra Luna Classic right now, because it's, yes, the repeg will do some work, and that's fantastic, but the transactional tax is a necessity to doing it fast. I think if we would have had this implemented on chain and off chain, we would have been able to burn down to a lower amount. So if this or something like this decides to get implemented, I'm not going to sell my LUNC right away, but I can tell you that there will be a price, and it most likely will be somewhere around the 1 cent mark, to where I will sell everything rather than selling a portion of it. And the reason why I would do that is because there would be no future above that, and it would just be for gains. If we are not seeing this get back to a form of normalcy and get back to where it has way less of a supply. Um, and I'm sure there's people like, well, go ahead, sell it. I'm gonna be laughing when it does increase to a whole nother level. Well, if it gets to that point where we don't have any burn tax, and we have the repeg that hopefully does work. I hope that it does for everybody that's invested in LUNC. I really do. I don't care if I am at that time or not. I want to see the success for everybody else. But I will be sitting on the sideline at that point, because we could have had this done a lot quicker. Um, Even in this last year, we could have had trillions that have been burned off if we would have found a way to communicate that to the exchanges. So I'm sort of complaining, sort of venting to you guys. I don't think this is something that, I mean, there's a lot of support for no taxes, and there's also a decent amount of support for taxes. So I'm stuck between like what will happen, what won't happen, type of thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, LUNC Rocket, for sending this to me. putting me or tagging me within the tweet. I appreciate that because it is something that needs to be talked about. And something that I do here is that people are like, hey, change the tax to zero. Don't do any tax at all. Um, I just think the best way to get to a form of utility, if we want to get to a form of utility, the best way to get to the form of utility would be to decrease that supply as fast as possible. Whether that comes with transactional taxes or it comes with you just reverse splitting and taking a portion of what I have, taking a zero off of what I have, taking two zeros off of what I have to get it back to normal and building utility, building the roof or the building back together, right? Anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. I know there's some people that might not agree with this and some people that might hate me for even talking about it. But if you could hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.